Our world is woven with countless mysteries. Today, I invite you to explore one such mystery, a place where philosophy, revelation, and psychology blend together like the seamless hues of a rainbow. This mystery touches the hidden chambers of our personality and the forces that shape its architecture. It is the secret that everything in existence is divided into opposites, into pairs: day and night, heat and cold, stillness and motion, conscious and unconscious. The first to speak of this cosmic duality was a Greek philosopher from the 6th century, Pythagoras. Though he left no writings of his own, his ideas were preserved by his disciple, Philolaus. Fragments of Philolaus's book On Nature still survive. At the very beginning, he writes, the universe is composed of two opposing principles, the limited and the unlimited. And to bring balance and order between them, a third force is needed, harmony. It is harmony that binds these opposites into a coherent cosmos. Pythagorean philosophers went further. They compiled a list of 10 fundamental opposites, known as the Table of Opposites. Odd, even. One, many. Straight, crooked. Right, left. Male, female. Rest, motion. Light, darkness. Each pair is not a contradiction, but a complement, a dance of duality that reveals the deeper unity beneath all things. Not long after Pythagoras, another Greek philosopher, Heraclitus, echoed a similar truth, that the world is composed of opposites. But, unlike Pythagoras, Heraclitus did not see these opposites as separate entities. He saw them as two faces of the same unity. One cannot exist without the other. Cold becomes hot, and hot becomes cold. Day transforms into night, and night into day. These dual aspects of a single reality are in constant conflict, a perpetual tension, a cosmic strife. And it is this strife that generates movement, change, and creation in the universe. Heraclitus famously declared, "War is the father of all, and king of all." Here, war is not mere violence, but a symbol of the clash between opposites. For Heraclitus, this conflict, this strife of opposites, was the primal force that gives birth to all things and governs their existence. To bind these opposites, he introduced the concept of logos, a cosmic law, a hidden order that unites all change and contradiction into a deeper harmony. His view differed subtly from that of Pythagoras. Pythagoras saw opposites as distinct entities, and harmony as an external force that reconciles them. Heraclitus, on the other hand, believed that opposites are inseparable, locked in eternal struggle, and from within that very struggle emerges the logos, the inner law that binds them together. This philosophy of opposites was later echoed by Plato, especially in dialogues like Phaedo and Timaeus. In fact, Phaedo, the tale of Socrates' final day in prison, is woven entirely around the theme of duality, life and death, soul and body, all bound by the eternal dance of opposites. Thousands of miles from Greece, in the ancient heart of China, the idea of opposites was quietly blooming. Its roots stretched deep into history, as far back as the 8th or 9th century BCE, where early texts whispered, "The cosmos is born of two opposing forces." But it was in the 3rd century BCE that this idea took shape as a complete and elegant philosophy. A school of thought emerged, known as the School of Naturalists, or more poetically, the Yin-Yang school. Its leading voice was Zhou Yan, who named these cosmic opposites Yin and Yang. According to this vision, Everything in the universe arises from the dynamic interplay of these two forces, opposite, yet inseparable. Yin and Yang are not rivals, but partners in balance. They are forever entwined, forever dancing in harmony. Yin embodies cold, darkness, matter, stillness, the feminine, the night. Yang embodies heat, light, energy, movement, the masculine, the day. This concept of yin and yang resonates deeply with Heraclitus's vision of opposites. Both philosophies agree opposites are not separate things, but two expressions of one unified reality. Yin and yang are incomplete without each other, just as Heraclitus believed that day cannot exist without night, and night without day. It is the constant flow, the transformation of one into the other, that gives rise to balance and motion, and the rhythm of the cosmos itself. From the ancient philosophies of Greece and China, we now arrive at a place where such ideas had never taken root. A land untouched by formal philosophy, a people unlettered, yet destined to receive a truth that philosophers had only glimpsed. Nearly 1,000 years after Heraclitus and Zhu Yan, in the deserts of the Arabian Peninsula, the Quran, the Book of God, declared this same truth, that everything in creation has been made in pairs. And of everything we created pairs, so that you may reflect. Surah Adh-Dhariyat, verse 49. Then in Surah Yasin, verse 36, Glory be to him who created all the pairs, from what the earth produces, from among themselves, and from things they do not know. And in Surah Arach, verse 3, And of every fruit he made in it two kinds. He wraps the night over the day. Indeed, in these are signs for those who reflect. The Quran uses the word Awāj, pairs, not opposites in conflict, but complements in harmony. Each completes the other. Neither is superior. Each fills what the other lacks. Pythagoras spoke of harmony as an external force that binds opposites, but the Quran teaches that harmony and balance, the external force of the Pythagoreans, or the logos of Heraclitus, are divinely created, woven into the very fabric of existence. Philosophers often listed pairs like odd and even, day and night. You may be surprised to know these very pairs appear in the Quran itself. In Surah Al-Fajr, the first verse is, By the dawn, and a verse it says, and by the even and the odd. Night as it moves, meaning that the night is in fact journeying toward its opposite, the day. And then the Quran asks, Is there not in this an oath or evidence for those who possess intellect? The Quran clearly articulated the truth of cosmic pairs. Yet, sadly, Muslim scholars, in the centuries that followed, rarely explored this idea through philosophical or scientific lenses. Their focus remained largely on jurisprudence and narration of hadith. Meanwhile, in China, the concept of opposites continued to evolve. Yin and Yang became central to two great spiritual traditions, Taoism and Confucianism. Taoism used it to understand balance in nature. Confucianism applied it to social harmony and moral conduct. Its most practical application emerged in traditional Chinese medicine, where imbalance between yin and yang was seen as the root of illness. Even in martial arts like Tai Chi, the balance of stillness and motion, softness and strength, became a source of power. This journey of thought reached the modern age, where the ancient secret was rediscovered in a new form. Carl Jung, the father of modern psychology, found that these opposites exist within the human soul itself. According to Jung, every personality is composed of two opposing yet inseparable parts, the conscious and the unconscious. These forces are in constant tension, and true psychological health comes from balancing them. Jung identified three key pairs: conscious and unconscious, ego and shadow, animus and anima. The ego is the face we show the world. The shadow is what we hide, the darker, unspoken parts of ourselves. Animus and anima represent the masculine and feminine energies within every person, regardless of gender. A mentally healthy individual holds these opposites in balance. When imbalance occurs, the soul suffers. Inspired by Jung's philosophy, modern psychologists developed a healing method called art therapy. In this approach, patients express their inner darkness, their hidden emotions and shadows, not through words, but through art. When these buried aspects emerge as drawings, sculptures, or paintings, the patient learns not to fear them, but to face them and embrace them. This process helps integrate all opposing parts of the self and become whole. And since we're speaking of psychology, let us briefly mention one of today's most popular therapies, cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT. CBT also deals with opposites, but in a different way. It focuses on the interplay between our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. In CBT, opposites appear as conflicting thoughts, especially in mental distress. For example, someone with depression may feel, "I am a failure. Nothing I do will ever matter." CBT helps identify these negative, unrealistic thoughts and replace them with their opposites, balanced, realistic, and positive beliefs. It's a conscious, practical way to resolve inner conflict and restore mental peace. So, my dear friends, this was our journey, from ancient Greek philosophy, through Chinese wisdom, to the divine message of the Quran, and into the depths of modern psychology. We saw how reason, revelation, and psychological insight all point to the same profound truth, that the beauty of our universe and the harmony of our lives lie in the balance between opposing forces. So, the next time you watch the day fade into night, remember, it is the dance of opposites within the universe, each taking the place of the other, bound together in a beautiful balance. And if ever you feel a struggle within your own life, perhaps it is your inner opposites, searching for that very balance. If you found this journey meaningful, please like this video, share it with those you love, and subscribe to join us in more explorations of timeless wisdom. Thank you.